In moments of anguish, when the uncertainties of life seem to wrap around us like a heavy cloak, it's natural to feel lost and overwhelmed. We all face difficult days when tears appear to be our only solace. In those moments, it is essential to remember that we are not alone. Each of us carries a soul that longs for peace and serenity, even amid chaos. So how can we find that calm that seems to elude us? It is in the silence of prayer that we find refuge. By allowing ourselves to cry and express our pain, we open a channel of sincere communication. These tears are not a sign of weakness, but rather an act of courage. When we look inward, we can see that each challenge is an opportunity to connect with what really matters, the bond with the Creator who embraces us. Have you ever paused to consider how surrendering your worries can bring relief? Challenge yourself now to seek that quietness in your heart. Instead of being consumed by anxiety, how about opening yourself to hope? God promises us comfort in times of sorrow and assures us that we will not be forsaken. It is an invitation to trust, to let go of the weight of what troubles us, and to allow the peace that surpasses all understanding to dwell within us. Let's seek that serenity together by surrendering our unrest and allowing the loving presence to surround us. In times of pain, we find profound comfort in the Bible. In Matthew 5, verse 4, we read, "Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted." This passage reminds us that tears are not a sign of weakness, but an expression of our humanity. Our laments are heard, and in our vulnerability, we find the opportunity to connect with something greater. When we face difficulties, it's common to feel that we are alone, but this message comforts us. We are not forsaken. Each of us goes through tribulations that can feel unbearable, and it is in this context that the promise of comfort becomes especially valuable. By opening our hearts and allowing the tears to flow, we are actually approaching a space of healing and restoration. Today, many face challenges that go beyond personal issues. Social pressure, economic uncertainties, and emotional crises can leave us feeling overwhelmed. We may feel as if we are in a turbulent sea, unsure of which way to turn. However, it's important to remember that anguish is part of life, but it is not the end. Each tear we shed is an opportunity to seek support, whether within ourselves or in the loving presence that surrounds us. When we cry, we are not just expressing pain. We are opening a channel of communication. The intimacy formed in that moment of surrender is powerful. It is an invitation for us to allow ourselves to be embraced. By acknowledging our fragility, we find the strength necessary to move forward. God draws near to us in our darkest moments, bringing hope and renewal. In fact, vulnerability is a strength. By accepting it, we create space for comfort to enter our lives. The feeling of relief that comes after a heartfelt release is a testament to the power of surrender. When we allow our tears to be seen, we are giving God the opportunity to embrace and restore us. Thus, as we face difficult days, let us remember that crying is a means of liberation. Difficulties do not define us, but rather how we respond to them. With each tear, we are closer to understanding that even amid chaos, there is purpose and a light that guides us. This trust is a balm for our restless souls. Therefore, it is essential to surround ourselves with messages that remind us of the importance of seeking comfort. We are not alone in our struggle, and each of us holds immeasurable worth. Sometimes life makes us feel like strangers in a world that doesn't understand our pain, but in God, we find a true home. The promise that we will be comforted is fulfilled in our lives, and this gives us hope. As we look at the challenges around us, may we remember that each tear is an opportunity for connection. Let us embrace our emotions and allow divine love to envelop us, bringing the peace we so earnestly seek. Lord, at this moment, I come to you with a heavy heart, confessing my weaknesses and insecurities. I acknowledge that often, I let anxiety take over and get carried away by daily worries. Help me to remember that I am not strange for feeling pain. I am human. May I surrender to you every tear I have shed, knowing that in my vulnerability, I find comfort and solace. I am grateful for each day you allow me to live, even when the challenges seem unbearable. Thank you for being by my side, even when I feel alone. Each sunrise is a new opportunity to start over, and I deeply value that. May I recognize the beauty in the small things, even amidst the storms, and remember that you are present in every moment of my life. At this moment, I make a sincere plea. Father, please hear the cry of my heart. There are days when the pressure of work, family responsibilities, and financial worries make me feel like I am sinking in a sea of uncertainty. Give me strength to face each challenge that arises. May I trust in your plan, even when I cannot see the way ahead. I offer to you my worries and fears, surrendering them into your hands. May I learn to let go of what I cannot control and trust that you are working in every situation, even when I do not perceive it. May my offering of faith be a testament to my trust in you, knowing that even in difficulties, you have a greater purpose. I want to live in peace, knowing that each step I take is guided by your love. I ask that amidst the tribulations I face, I may find peace and comfort. May each tear I shed be a reminder that you are with me, wiping my face and calming my spirit. In Matthew 5, verse 4, it is said that those who mourn will be comforted. May this promise live in my heart, bringing hope and renewal each day. Help me to look beyond my problems and see the light that shines even in the darkest hours. In moments of loneliness, may I feel your presence embracing and comforting me. May I never forget that my struggles are not in vain, and that through them I can grow and become stronger. May I be a reflection of your love to those around me, offering comfort and hope to those who also face difficulties. Lord, I entrust my heart and soul to you. May I seek in you the calm that I long for, remembering that each difficult situation is an opportunity to draw closer to you. May the assurance that I am being cared for by you bring peace to my being. In every prayer, may I find the strength to move forward, trusting that in the end, everything fits into your perfect plan. Amen. A story that teaches us about the power of comfort amidst pain is that of Naaman, the commander of the army of Syria, found in the book of 2 Kings, chapter 5. Naaman was a powerful and respected man, but he faced great pain. He had leprosy. His condition was desperate, and healing seemed impossible. However, a young Israelite servant girl, who worked for Naaman's wife, spoke about the prophet Elisha, who could heal him. Moved by hope, Naaman decided to seek help and traveled to Israel in search of healing. Naaman shows us that vulnerability is a form of strength. Instead of hiding his condition and pride, he allowed himself to seek help, even as a man of high position. When he arrived at Elisha's house, the prophet sent a messenger telling Naaman to wash 7 times in the Jordan River. Initially, Naaman was indignant, as he expected a grand act or a spectacular miracle. But after being convinced by his servants, he decided to obey and immersed himself in the Jordan. This act of humility and surrender led Naaman to experience complete healing. Often, simple obedience and trust in God are the way to find relief and restoration. When Naaman decided to follow the prophet's guidance, he dipped in the Jordan 7 times and was healed of his leprosy. This reveals a surprising aspect. Even when we do not understand God's ways, he has a greater purpose. Naaman needed to overcome his pride and obey, and in doing so, he found the healing he sought. This intimate connection with God, through obedience and faith, shows us that we do not need to have all the answers. We only need to trust in what he guides us to do. After his healing, Naaman returned to Elisha to express his gratitude, recognizing the power of the God of Israel. In that moment of joy, Naaman not only received physical healing, but also experienced spiritual transformation. This story is a powerful testimony that even in the face of suffering, there is hope. When we surrender our life and our worries to God, he can transform our despair into joy and renewal. The story of Naaman teaches us that our struggles are not in vain. In the midst of difficulties, we may be tempted to think we are alone, but Naaman's journey shows us that the Lord is attentive to our pleas and willing to guide us. The pain we face can be an opportunity for spiritual growth and strengthening of our faith. As we look to Naaman, we see that surrendering our worries and obeying divine instructions can open doors to unexpected blessings. Furthermore, Naaman teaches us about the importance of persistence and humility. He did not give up seeking healing, even when the guidance seemed too simple for his position. This determination serves as an example for us. In times of uncertainty, when solutions seem distant or difficult to accept, we must remember that each step of obedience counts. God invites us to be perseverant in our quest for healing and understanding. The faith Naaman demonstrated is a reminder that, even when the path seems strange or unexpected, God is in control and can lead us to victory. Finally, Naaman's story encourages us to look beyond our current circumstances. Like him, we are invited to believe that our hopes can be realized, even when everything seems impossible. By entrusting our pains and frustrations to God, we can experience profound comfort and transformation. May we follow Naaman's example, allowing our humility and obedience to draw us closer to God, knowing He is always ready to listen and embrace us. Naaman's journey is a beautiful reminder that, even in adversity, we can find strength and hope. As we face our own battles, may we draw inspiration from this story, knowing that comfort and transformation are available to all of us if we allow ourselves to trust and obey the Lord. May our trust in God guide us, just as it guided Naaman, to a place of peace and renewal. The message that resonates in our hearts is that, even in the darkest moments, hope and comfort are within our reach. Life may bring us challenges and pain, but we do not have to face it all alone. It is essential to remember that our struggles have a purpose. They are a sign of our humanity and an opportunity to connect deeply with what truly matters: the pursuit of peace and love that transcends any situation. When we allow ourselves to be humble and open our hearts, we find strength and renewal. I invite you to look at your own struggles with a new understanding. Each moment of pain you feel can be an open door to healing and comfort. Accepting vulnerability and obedience is a powerful step towards peace. Allow yourself to trust, seek help, and follow divine guidance in the loving presence that surrounds us. Step out of loneliness and seek the connection that brings relief and hope. At the end of this encounter, may you feel the assurance that you are not alone and that every tear or effort of obedience is seen and embraced. May the peace that surpasses understanding dwell in you, bringing comfort to your spirit. Remember that God's love is greater than any challenge, and that by trusting we can find purpose in every situation we face. If you have been touched by this message, do not hesitate to share it with those who also need comfort and healing. Subscribe to the channel and like this video so that more people can be reached by this light. In the comments, I would like to know, how have you found peace amid life's difficulties? Your experience can be a source of inspiration for others. May this journey of faith continue to unite and strengthen us.